Hey there. A Manard Mitra Yah, Monks of the Way, and it's a Sit With Me Saturday, but it's a little bit late. I was helping someone with something, helping them deal with life, and ran me a little late. So I don't really have a topic today. I would normally do one of the mid-length discourse talks, but today, don't have anything. I don't even know that I could read it. The light that I've got is from these yard torches, the solar kind. They charge during the day and they give you some light at night. These ones are pretty bright. Anyway, if anyone does show, they are welcome to ask a question. I guess I can cover something, right? Okay. Oh, there's been a question lately. What is a monk? Are you a monk? Okay, well, I'm following the tradition of Buddha, and I'm not trying to be a member of his monk community that he had back then with all of those rules. Just a monk. A monk of his teachings, but just a monk. And so, monk of the way, because the way is what he called his teaching. There is no organization of monks of the way other than me. Uh, it's been lost. I don't know why. I guess almost immediately people started to make his teachings into what was easier for them. Easier for them to accept, easier to think about. And so other monks started making teachings right away, and in my opinion, made some mythologies about Buddha, um, which would only be natural, I think. Very human to do something like that, make a mythology out of someone that they believe was great. And so, plenty of times Buddha talks about what a monk is, and mentions that there's monks that they don't belong to a particular tradition; they're just monks. And so, the idea of what a monk is different than I guess what most people think. Let me put my glasses up there. Pardon me, eating that donated food sometimes doesn't agree with me that well. I bet Buddha would have something to say about that. Uh, but yeah, living off donations, that's part of it. Being homeless is part of it. I mean, obviously, when Buddha went from one place to another, he lived in a tent. They put up tents. They slept in them, put them together, and moved to the next spot. They didn't have RVs back then, or I imagine he would have been in an RV. He wouldn't have wanted to stay in somebody's house, but he did sometimes. He did. He was invited, and he did. But it wasn't normal for him. It wasn't his way of living. Um, so, what a monk is very clear to me, but might not be clear to other people. It doesn't mean you wear a robe. Doesn't mean you have a meditation necklace. Uh, it does mean you shave your head bald every once in a while. You know, you don't have any real existing hair. Uh, Same with shaving. I tend to do them both at the same time, or do one day and one the next day, or whatever. It's time for me. My hair is too long. Anyway, there's the life practice that a monk has, and it's not for everybody. Homeless life isn't for everybody. Living off donations isn't for everybody. Periods of solitude, not for everybody, but necessary if you're going to live the monk life. Anyway, we got people that joined up. Appreciate it. Sitting with me Saturday for a minute. Today's an oddball Saturday. I don't have a particular teaching that I'm doing. I spent a lot of time helping somebody today and didn't have any prep time or anything. So, but if you do have stuff you want to discuss, a particular teaching, a Buddhist view or whatever, welcome to bring it up. We can talk about that. I can even bring people into the video if you want. Somebody told me I could do that. I haven't done it before. I don't know, but you can text though. You can text a message and I would see it. I see. I would pronounce that Dalen and Frank. Oh, I remember Frank. He's an interesting individual. He is something. Got a lot in common with that guy. He's had some issues. Uh, you know, rough past kind of thing. I can understand that. I witnessed my first murder at the age of 11. I I was right there, but I physically was unable to do anything against a full-grown guy. Anyway, we all have things that we think are traumas. I've heard people say that they had a trauma because they had to have braces when they wanted the Invisalign ones, uh, or they couldn't get contacts; they had to wear glasses. What a trauma! Uh, I'd be lying if I said I didn't think the younger generations have a different idea of what trauma is than older generations. I'm talking about witnessing a murder as a child, and they're like, "I had to wear braces." Oh, well, Robert joined also. Appreciate you having a minute to sit with me here on Saturday. I don't have a primary teaching, although I will share something about meditation at the end, I'm sure. If you have any questions or whatever, Buddhist stuff, Buddhist view on something, you're free to bring it in. I would bring them on camera if I could. I think maybe I can. I don't know how to do that though. I think somebody there's a double picture. I'll click that. Your viewers requests. I don't know what this is. Increase engagement by inviting members of your audience to join your broadcast. It's got Jim and Robert. I don't know. I'll try it. Let's see what happens. I'll give you a couple minutes. Maybe it's Robert and Jim. So let me back up so yep, I can see myself. Ah, Dalen says it's her birthday. I'm not sure about the pronoun there on Dalen. What does Buddha say about birthdays? He doesn't have a thing about birthdays. He really doesn't. Um, I don't know that birthdays were really a thing back in India back then. There were certain ages where things were different, like oh, let's see, in Buddhist family, some people considered you a man when you were 9, like that was a stepping stone, but full manhood at 12. So 12 years old would be when he would have been considered a proper heir. They didn't have later birthday things, like there wasn't a certain age where they thought you were a has-been if you weren't married or whatever that I know of. Um, but no, I don't think there was a yearly celebration like that, other than um, well, certainly not an American understanding of a birthday. Uh, uh, I guess if I had it my way, uh, they would have had birthdays. Let's see. Well, Robert, if you have any question, I'll bring you on. Or I think the other guy was Frank that was in there. No, it was Jim. So Jim or Robert. And I don't even see Jim on the list here. Maybe they're saying I can just pull him from the internet? That he's connected to Facebook, maybe? Not sure. Okay. Let me pull up my glasses here a second. Anyway, one thing I can mention, since we don't really have a topic, is different meditation stuff. Oh, yeah, no worries. I wasn't trying to pressure you to get in here. It's all good. Um, Meditation. I would say an impermanence meditation is a good one. It's one where you would start out and you would get quiet, maybe take a breath, have some stillness for a couple minutes, and then you'd move into kind of a pondering meditation where you'd go into thinking of the impermanence of things. That the acorn falls on the ground, roots, grows into a tree, uh, gets old, dies, falls down, goes into the soil. The soil feeds the next one, the next acorn that comes up. Kind of like a circle of life there. A puppy is born. The puppy lives, grows up, becomes a full-grown dog, gets old, gets cloudy eyes, can't hear, arthritis, finally gives up, dies, decomposes, goes back to the earth. Everything that you get in life, you're gonna lose. You can't get anything in life and not lose it. That's the reality of it. And so you have to be aware of it, and it does help. But it's not going to stop you having any suffering from the loss of loved ones, that kind of thing. If you're human, you're going to feel it. If you're not feeling it, I don't think you're alive. Uh, there's some psychological break barrier that you got going on if that's the case. And I have talked to people that claim stuff like that, like, oh, I reached enlightenment, so I don't have feelings anymore. Basically, wow, okay. I don't think that's the case. I'd be hard pressed to believe something like that. But anyway, with the impermanence, uh, the world turns so that the sun comes up and the sun goes down. Moon phases, complete darkness, complete light, cycles. And if you think about the whole area around you, maybe you're in a house, there's a yard outside, things growing. Imagine once there was just a field there with some grass, probably. And then, it got cleared, house gets put up, etc., etc. The plants that there are there, get planted. But one day, all that will be gone. I mean, one day, in all likelihood, it'll just be a field again with grass, whatever grass will grow there, whatever wild plants will grow, like nothing was ever there. We don't we don't have houses that last 1,000 years anymore. Uh, they did build some houses like that, a couple thousand years ago. Houses of stone that could last 1,000 years. Um, Not now, but impermanence. That's an interesting meditation to do, to try and get a grip on the fact that you get something, you lose it. Two people become friends. One of them's going to die. That's reality. One of them's going to lose the other. It's going to happen. When people get older, they get a real better sense of this, I guess, because friends of theirs die, their grandparents die, their parents die when you get older, and so you see the impermanence of it. And you might not accept it, you might not be willing to think about it. That would be normal, but it's there. So impermanence meditation, I think, is a great thing to do. I don't think it should be like your normal thing. That doesn't sound good. Um, but you should be able to do the impermanence meditation and not see it as sad. That death brings life. That old brings new. So you can be happy about that. You're going to die. The kids are going to be born. That's how it works. Old things are going to pass out of your life and new things can come in. You should be having new things come into your life. You shouldn't just lose things and then have nothing. That wouldn't be right. And I've met people like that at the assisted living place that don't have anything because they lost friends, they didn't make new friends. They lost an occupation, they couldn't work anymore, they just lost it. They can't drive a car, don't have a car, don't have a house anymore, don't have all those possessions that they used to have. Um, and they're just basically sitting there, doing their time. Maybe watching some Jeopardy. But we can do better than that. We absolutely can. I would encourage everybody to make friends on a regular basis, and almost every friend will drop off. You know, uh, not have an interest, and you won't be having that much interaction. Doesn't mean you can't make them friends. I mean, everybody can be your friend. It's just that very few of them will probably want to have a close friendship. And that's just as well. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know how many people. I can't tell because I don't understand how the screen works anymore. When people start saying stuff, it moves around. Anyway, I do appreciate you guys stopping by. I appreciate you taking a moment out of your lives to do something, to be together. What I wish is that this was a virtual environment where you could see all of us virtually in the same room. And I know the future's coming. It's coming pretty fast. And I think that's going to be a reality in my lifetime where we could all virtually just meet here and talk like we were in the same room. We would appear in the chair or whatever. And I suppose some people would have, an avatar, I guess you'd call it, doesn't look like them, looks like something else. But I would want people to have their natural avatars to talk with. Guess I'm old school like that already. But, the technology's not here, so, you know. Eh. Anyway, I don't want to take all night for you. I just want to stop by and be here for everybody. I wanted to be here in case you need somebody, in case you need something. Here it is. Here I am. Well, I appreciate y'all. I guess I'll sign off. I hope to see you again next Saturday. I'm probably going to do a Sunday to make up for it. Tomorrow, I hope I'll have time to do a full reading and the whole deal. Maybe not. So anyway, people will be seeing this video on YouTube. They'll be seeing it on Facebook. You might see it on TikTok also. And I appreciate you. If you have an interest, you can look on the Android Google Play Store and get a program called Ask Buddha. It's out there for free Buddha quotes. If you get in there, you use coins to ask questions, and you can get quotes from Buddha or whatever. But it's all free. If you don't have coins for the asking questions, I'll just give you coins. I give everybody coins that goes there. When I see that they've gone there, I see that it automatically makes an account for you. You don't have to give an email address or a username or give it anything. It just does it automatically. So that's good. And you don't have to be bothered by notifications or anything, because that would suck. Everybody wants to fill up your phone with notifications and apps that follow you around, open themselves, listen to you. No, I don't want any of that. So anyway, the Ask Buddha application is free. You can just look at it each day, anytime you want, get a Buddha quote. Kind of nice. A few people use it. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you stopping by. It's a great day to be alive. I hope to see you again next Saturday.